mentioned before, Ganon Jones Jr., well, for the last half a decade, made his name in that tag team ranks. And look, I will go out on a limb. The main event is probably the best tag team in Pittsburgh history.
Yeah.
They are that good. But Ganon Jones Jr., before the tag team, was a heavyweight champion, super indie champion. This is a solo star in his own right. Don't get it confused. It's not like he can't go if he's not in a tag team. He is that top notch.
That's why they call him the All-Star.
Yeah, and a tough test for MV Young, and he knows it.
One of the biggest men in
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your feature bout of the evening. Introducing first, he is Pittsburgh, Maine. Pittsburgh, paid and internationally laid. This is MV Young.
MV Young in the black and yellow trunks this evening.
And his opponent, he comes to you from New Kensington, Pennsylvania. Weighing in at 265 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the All-Star Ganon Jones Jr. And when the action begins, your referee in the squared circle, George Ross.
All right. As you said before, this could main event anywhere.
Yeah.
And this will be our first half main event. A lot of meat in the ring. Both of these two are coaches here at T2T Pittsburgh, head coaches. And when the coaches start a war with each other, this is what you get.
Yeah, and I'm already watching MV Young. We've watched MV throughout the history of 880. Come out aggressive, like he doesn't care. He's ready to fight, and he's a little, not tentative, I don't know what the right word is, but he's cautious with Ganon Jones Jr. Because he knows that this isn't just anyone in there.
He
this
knows
is a tough
that
fight.
he's in for it, that's for sure.
Yeah, I didn't get if there was a time limit on this matchup, but this is a match that could go a time limit.
I think they might just let him go. Of course, as we said before, MV Young, Ganon Jones Jr. came up in the professional wrestling business together. And over the years, each competitor has changed and developed new monikers, new sense of a belonging. What do you think? Is that 50-50?
That's 50-50, which, I mean, you're going to get that with two hometown people. The entirety of 880 is built on these two individuals' backs. So, yeah, the fans are going to be split a little bit. They're not going to want to see a distinct, one person win, one person lose.
Wrapping around the arm there, wrenching it out. Again, we're going to start our second half a little bit later on. Fourth line against the DNC for those 880 Tag Championships. But right now, our two head coaches standing eye to eye in the squared circle. Oh, we flip out of it here. Kip up. Wrenching that arm back.
And look, MV Young as a coach teaches a lot of the basics in this chain wrestling, this feeling out process. But this is really a strength of Ganon Jones Jr.
Bounce
over
off the ropes.
MV Young.
Oh, big shoulder tackle. And they each bring their own style to their level of coaching. MV Young has always been.
But that style on that drop kick is uncopyable. Woof.
MV Young has always been flying by the seat of his pants.
Well, yeah, and look, we talk about training here at T2T and what these coaches have brought. MV Young does bring that international indie flavor. This is the type of guy that can teach you how to survive in a cutthroat world. Ganon Jones Jr. is a guy who can teach you how to get on TV. That's what these two are in that mixed match of styles, but they're both equally as great.
And with the both of them here, the students are lucky enough to learn both sides of it. These are just two sides of professional wrestling. Nobody's right, nobody's wrong, but there's something to learn from both of these, and every eye in the house is looking in the ring right now. Bounce against the ropes. Oh, big shoulder tackle down. And MV Young
Smart.
might want to take it on the outside.
Yeah, that's smart. Break the momentum, but also look, the outside is MV's friend, and I think Ganon Jones Jr. knows that.
And I was about to say that Envy Young is used to those bar fight brawls. He wants to take it all the way to Dottie Block. He wants to fight amongst his people. And Ganon Jones says, I want to fight in this ring.
Yeah.
I want the 1, 2, 3. We can't do that out there.
Yeah, and Ganon, as a near-decade pro, understands that.
Yeah.
Understands what MV Young's trying to do, and he's not going to fall for it. And I would say this, as the tag team as well of TME, Ganon was always the more level-headed of the two. Duke was always the little bit more of the violence guy, the big guy. Ganon calls the plays. He's very strategic. He knows what's going on.
Can Ganon Jones Jr. level the playing field against Envy Young?
Yes.
So far, he has.
I definitely think so.
Oh, a big senton just as I say that. The KOP back on top again.
Yeah, and that's what MV Young does great, is that tandem offense with himself. He's like his own tag team partner. It's 1-2, 1-2 combinations.
A team we could all get behind, except for my friend Dustin Alberti, is those Buccos. Oh! Back body drop down here. Slowing the pace down.
Yeah.
Now, as I mentioned before, Envy Young is no stranger to those bar fights, no stranger to wrestling rough and tumble. Just had a big match against Akira not too long ago for New Fear City. That's the type of atmosphere that Envy Young is used to. Ganon Jones, if Envy takes him to that place, can Ganon Jones keep up with that?
And I think right now what we're seeing, this pace of this match has been the most interesting to me. We're not seeing either one of them speed it up. Because I really do think that both came into the mindset of don't make the first mistake.
Oh, that's a great point, Marcus. And so far, they created space between each other. And when they thought was an opportune moment to attack, that's when they go for it. They don't want to make that mistake because your first mistake may also be your last.
Yeah, and look, MV took a little risk with that tandem offense, right to that senton, and now he's got Ganon where he wants him, but MV's no fool. He knows that this isn't full control. That Ganon Jones Jr. can and will take advantage of any mistakes he makes in this situation.
Envy Young throwing Ganon's head into that top turnbuckle.
And that's right there is MV Young's game and where I think he has the advantage, which is the strike game.
Ooh, yeah.
Ganon Jones Jr., great striker. MV Young, arguably the best striker in the region.
MV Young's all about that all Japan Pro style. You know, he wants to beat you with those forearms. He wants to beat you with those fists.
And he can
throw his weight at you.
He can absorb as much damage as he can give out too, and that's what makes him so dangerous. Ganon a great striker, but MV Young just really lives in that striking world.
And both of these two are pretty agile for their size, too. Pop-up powerbomb, flipping around and going into that next scary, just levels him with a knee.
That might be it.
I think you're right. 2 and 3. Oh!
That was MV Young's mistake right there, and Ganon took advantage of it, and that knee strike was all knee right on the button, and MV Young able to withstand that. And now Ganon's going to go into full control, and where's he going to go? Go to the outside, maybe going up?
And pardon my French and my indifference, but Ganon Jones Jr. could honestly really need a win here at 880 Wrestling. Last month, unfortunately, TME against the Fourth Line. The Fourth Line defeated them. They're their inaugural champions. And I'm sure Ganon has that in mind as he goes to the head coach of this organization.
Oh, big shot there. Ganon not moving entirely fast up those top ropes. And I'm going to go on a limb here. And I think when MV Young hit that senton, he might have separated one of Ganon's ribs or done something because Ganon is moving slower than I would expect in this pacing.
At the very least, he knocked the wind right out of him.
Yeah.
He's going to scratch and claw his eyes, too.
He has continuously gone to those ribs. You can see he continues to push on it, and he hits the superplex.
Second row!
That could be it.
He's
transition.
Is he holding on, Mark? He's going to hold on from again. Oh!
Tandem offense from MV Young. Cover.
Again, that rough and tumble style. Could this be the victory for the KOP? No. Very close.
I think a little more weight on that cover on those ribs might have got it done.
Yeah.
But I think Ganon Jones Jr. got hurt, and the wind has been knocked out of him. And if I'm MV Young, it's time to push the pace.
And I'll tell you what, Marcus.
Unless he hasn't noticed.
Each of these competitors are taking their time. They don't want any quick win. They don't want any nefarious tactics.
No.
They just want a clean, good professional wrestling match to prove who is, tonight, the better professional wrestler.
Yeah, and Envy Young making...
Oh, by the hair there. Just as I say that.
Yeah, well, look, he's making Ganon carry his weight. Try and work on that midsection, trying to work on the cardio. And Envy Young staying in full control, staying at the pace that he wants to stay at.
Slowing the pace down
But
is Envy Young, waiting
smart,
for Ganon to get to his feet.
Ganon expending all of that energy, getting himself up. Envy Young didn't pick up Ganon Jones Jr. He let Ganon Jones Jr. use all of his energy to get up, and now he's driving him right into the ropes.
So we were talking so far, it's been tit for tat, but now Envy Young using different tactics, and the audience have noticed. I mean, this is about bragging rights, Marcus.
Sure.
Whoever wins this match has bragging rights from now until whenever in the future. This is Ganon Jones All-Star Weekend, but could Envy Young be the All-Star tonight is the question.
Envy Young is not going to get disqualified. He might be pushing the envelope, and we're starting to see the crowd head towards Ganon a little more, but another big knee strike.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but I don't see either of these competitors being disqualified. Referee George Ross knows the importance of this
Absolutely
match,
not.
and he's going to let it go.
Yeah, this is one of those matches you just kind of let ride. Now, you try to keep control. I'm not saying George Ross is just going to let them do whatever they want. He's the official in there. He's going to try and take command. But
there's going to be one winner, though.
Absolutely.
Oh! Big clothesline by Ganon Jones Jr. here, lighting him up. Oh, big front forearm. Bounce against the ropes.
Caught him.
Oh, black hole slam!
And I think Ganon Jones Jr. cover.
2 and 2. Almost a 3.
I think Ganon Jones Jr. realized that the pace of this match wasn't serving him and just upped it to be able to get back control of this. That pace was not serving him well, and Ganon was saying, I got to change the pace. I got to do something different. And now Envy Young realizes that, going to change the pace, going to slow it down.
In a different way.
And go right to the outside. Inside.
Oh, Ganon's going to chase him, but MV is going to duck out of the way.
Smart.
Over the top rope. Oh!
PK. Woof. That would make the Riverhounds jealous.
And it does. Ganon has been duped to the outside of the ring, and Envy Young back in control once again, and this is where Envy Young likes to play house. Out in his audience, there's so many things he could pick up and throw at him. This dirty floor, beer everywhere.
Yeah.
Ganon, Envy Young.
And this is where Envy thrives, where he's not contained by the ropes, where he can be a little free. He feels a little more energy when he's outside the ring.
It's also not contained by the rules.
Correct. And look, the ropes constrain Envy in that you can use them to your advantage, but
overhead shot there. I think that was a beer can to the head. I don't know that Envy was rocked a little bit. I don't know that he knows where he is.
That's not the first beer can to the head I think Envy Young's taken in his career. Won't be the last.
Fair enough. Oh.
Big shot to the back.
Looks like a double axe handle of sorts. Ganon in control again. Oh, whipped around. You guys better move out of the way. The KOP and the All-Star on attack at 880 Wrestling tonight for this All-Star weekend. Pushing Ganon back into the ring.
And I gotta say, Envy Young a little chirpier with the crowd. I think there is something that he wants to prove that's...
Dominance is the word.
Well, look, maybe...
He wants to prove his dominance to his people, to his students.
There is a level of this professional, animosity of which style is better. But Ganon able to get that boot up, but super kick from Envy Young.
Oh, off the back there. Oh,
no, big up.
Looking for maybe a Samoan drop or something? Oh, kind of like that. Combination platter moonsault for the All-Star. 2-0. So very close.
When I say that Ganon Jones Jr. has everything in the bag, it's a fiddly roll mixed with a springboard acai moonsault from the corner. This guy has all the tools in the bag.
Some say a 5-tool player, right?
He
6,
really
7, 8
is.
tools?
Yeah. He finds ways to bring out new tools all the time.
I'm not much of a handyman myself, but I'm sure Ganon is. Oh, big back elbow. Front forearm there.
And now the pace is quickened, and that's for Ganon Jones Jr.'s benefit.
Reversal, in comes MV Young, over the top.
Oh!
Over the ropes.
Into that wall.
Hanging in there. Yeah, it's kind of like Tony Hawk Pro Skater here. This whole environment is a part of our wrestling ring. There we go. Man, you could hear that drop kick echo off these walls here. Again, thank you for joining us. If you're on Twitch, if you're on YouTube, IndyWrestling.us, this is Ganon Jones Jr. versus MV Young. MV Young in the yellow tights. Ganon Jones Jr. in the blue and black singlet style almost. You can watch over 50 episodes of 880 Wrestling's Thursday Night Fights right here live.
This crowd's starting to come alive, and it is for Ganon Jones Jr. right now.
Yeah, listen to him heat up a little bit. Of course, they got to 10 to reach to their feet here.
There's an 8, both up.
Oh, duck under the clothesline. Oh, German suplex, the cover. Oh, nope. He's going to hang on. He's going to hang on. Oh, flip around. Oh, shades of Reese Hayes at Saito suplex. And speaking of Reese Hayes, amateur wrestler again puts his 880 championship on the line against the Money Dragon, Angelo Carter, in our main event, so stick around after the break. Eye to eye again. Ooh. In a big clothesline. Knocking the wind out of the KOP.
And this has been 50-50 almost the entire way through. And it's just these hard shots. They're putting all of their effort in and just draining their tanks on every shot.
The offense here has been spread. And to your credit, Marcus, each of these individuals have controlled the pace of the match to their liking, but it's not been for a long, extended period of time. No. You have a couple minutes when somebody's up, another couple minutes, another person's up. It's been neck and neck and even.
Yeah, and I think that's a credit to both of these individuals as veterans. They don't panic when they are down. They stay in the game, they find their opportunities, and they know not to panic when you're up or when you're down. It's gonna be a game of runs.
They know each other's strengths, possibly. They know each other's weaknesses. And when you're in the ring against somebody like that, you have to pull out all the stops, and that's what they're trying to do.
Again,
at their own pace.
Trying to right now, but MV Young.
Uh-oh. Kick him. What's this? Has him up. Oh, big power bomb. And the cover. 2 and just a 2 count. The All-Star kicks out. The KOP.
Yeah, he is shocked at that.
That's the most shock we've seen.
I think MV Young thought that was it.
Yeah. Sure, MV Young had that in his back pocket. What is up now on the back here, slipping off the back. Oh, goal! Double arm DDT plants him. 2 and that's it!
Your winner of the match, Ganon Jones Jr.
At Ganon Jones Jr.'s All-Star Weekend, Ganon is victorious over the King of Pittsburgh, MV Young.
Yeah,
what a match, Mark.
As I said, it was all about who made that first mistake. And MV Young made that mistake of getting hooked in that double arm DDT, and that's all it took. One big shot was all it took.
Living up to the expectations of what we thought this could be. Capacity crowd cheering.
Well, hello, friends. I'm your pal in the mainstream media.
And I'm the Riz.
And, you know, Riz, it takes years of strenuous, dedicated training before you're worthy to step inside a professional wrestling ring. But it takes even more time to develop complex, highly astute opinions about professional wrestling. Am I right?
That is correct.
Yes.
And you know where we can find that?
Yes.
On the Wrestling Man.
That's right.
Sidekick Media Services. We are your sidekick in business for social media, video production, and more. Find out more at sidekickmediaservices.com.